This is the Cubes demo, and let me just start off by doing this. The fun noise, totally not obnoxious. I tried to get my controller to work with not that much effort, just kind of plugging it in and opening it. Did not work. Could probably do some Steam controller, whatever stuff to make it work, but I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna end up using the mouse and keyboard. So this should be a puzzle game. Ooh, okay, it moved. 1. Okay. Options. Controls. Move, switch, change music, pause. Switch, okay. Sting. Okay, move. Okay. I have moved. E, switch. Okay. I assume that... I like that noise. That's a good noise. They should let spacebar be hitting the try again button. I don't know what this box in the top middle that has the lines in it, I don't know what that's all about. I also don't know, I guess, should I put myself here? Feels like a weird place, but it's also like the least blocking of everything, but it feels like I'm like a, I don't know, some weird like cut in character on like a Brady Bunch episode or something, like I don't where I'm just like in the middle for no reason, but okay. Anyway, so I think also what I need to do, I know we're still with it. I think I need to turn off flux because I think that's gonna give me, it's giving me color issues. Oh my god, that's pink. That looked so different on my screen. That being said, I am going to wear these glasses. It is still way too, I feel like my skin in the camera now looks whiter. But okay. so this is, okay, so this is like Rubik's Cube. Ah, okay, I get it. E. Now, this is down, so I get the coin, which does something. I can move this now, but we need to go down here. Okay, I get it. So it's, you know, up, right, bottom, left, down thing. Oh, I'm like the celebrity squares show. That's a better reference, or more correct reference, perhaps. You're right. So this is red. It is. And now we'll go boom. Oh, okay, now I realize it's got the little rounded corners to show which one I'm currently selected on. Okay, I get it. 2 coins. And then that just means we're done. Okay, cool. Well, this is interesting. I will start right away by saying, so I need to do the brown? Where's the brown again? The brown is there. Okay. I see, so that's 2, okay. So then if I go, no, okay, and then I'm the same thing. I've never solved the Rubik's Cube. I've never really, I think probably when I was a child, I attempted just, not really to solve one, but to get one side full color, which I know is like a step of it, and then you're kind of have to deconstruct it, but then bring it back together and blah, blah, blah. But I never, like, you know, looked up the moves to actually learn how to solve it from, you know, people memorize the various algorithms and such. So this might be an issue for a guy like me. Wait, I did it. No, I'm 1 off. I can't. There it is. Okay, good. That opens up the top to get the coin, and that opens up the bottom. Oh, who moved? And that opens up that coin. Okay, I'm getting it. I mean, kind of. I'm almost doing it. You ever play one of the slide puzzles like this, where you just kind of slide it around? You're like, I'm almost there. Let me just hold on, and like you kind of some people will sort of just keep moving stuff around until it's close or just works. That's sort of how I feel about this game right now, where I'm like, I'm kind of seeing how much I can get away with not actually trying to figure it out, which is probably not the best strategy. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, the color looks so different when it's on its side. Like the blue, and then it looks like a different blue. I thought it was, no, I keep thinking that when it's here, that 2 flips gets there, but no, that's 3 flips. There we go. That lets me get the coin. I guess I don't have to wait for that animation. I'm sure there's gonna be some point where this becomes, is that the red? I think that is the red. Okay, it looks, even without the color, that kind of looks not the same color. Am I crazy? Oh, whoops. Did it? I actually kind of did that correct that time. Like, somewhat planning my moves a bit. Now, obviously, this is not actually a Rubik's Cube because one side is a different color, but kind of the concept of like turning something and then that moving other sides to be in other places is more of what I was getting at. I saw on Twitter today people talking about some sort of, oh, that's not the right number. Some sort of, there we go. I am getting better at that. Like today is some sort of, it was something to do with how I titled the stream. National Oshi Day or something? Which is a VTuber and or idol related thing from my understanding. So that's why the title is what it is, if you're wondering. Oh, that game overs! I just needed to press E twice. Oh, that actually sucks. That actually, I actively don't like that. That is not something I enjoy. Okay, so what that means to me is I'm getting this out of here away from the spikes before I switch screens. Okay, here we go. Anyway, no, that's not the right number. I messed that one up. Nope. No. No, I was one too few. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Okay, now back up top. Yellow. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm cubing. I am cubing. I don't know, I saw on Twitter some people saying like, "Oh my god, National Oshi Day." Or more accurately, streamers, VTubers saying like, "Thank you for all the kind messages," which is fine. Ah, I'm one off. Okay, hold on. No. Hold on. Nope, one off still. One off still. There we go, that's gonna do it. Okay, I figured out a strat for that. Go up to here. Boom. That unlocks the bottom right. So far, the levels have basically all been the same. Though the only difference now has been like, you have to go back to certain floors to hit certain buttons. Like this one. Which, nope, one too few. There we go. Which is something. It's definitely a different. Oh wait, okay. On. Boom. I'm actually kind of getting good at this. Wait. Now I need to go back here and move this one to green. Okay, all right. So it is. It's changing up. It's changing up. Okay, now back to the top left. Oh, I'm one off. There it is. Okay, now that means go back to it's top right. And we need to, oh, the top middle is what the color is that's on the back side that I can't see. That's interesting. I'm not sure why they want that to be what's shown, but suppose it works. Okay, now bottom left. Now I can get this coin. Alright. So, I mean, it's definitely getting more layers to it, but it's still mostly being this, like, same in the sense of, like, it's not like there's a new mechanic, it's just you more back and forth, but I imagine it'll get more complex as time goes. So I need to start, where do I start? On the bottom row, there's a left, there's a yellow here. God, that makes the background awful looking. That makes the background awful looking. Okay, so I want that to be like that. Okay, now what does that do? That lets me get the coin from here, top left. And then here, we want to set ourselves up blue. What does blue do? Blue does the bottom right. Get that coin. And then I'm gonna bring it back to this spot because the top right is probably going to need to be removed so that I can actually line this up correctly. Need to get the red onto the right side that I want. Nope, I'm one off. I'm still gonna be one off because I'm stupid. Why can't I get this? I can't do it! Okay, hold on. Come on, I can do this. I can do this. There you go. Now, boom, red. Bottom left. Oof. I don't know how many levels there are. I should maybe check the level button to see. Potentially. It feels weird looking at OBS and then seeing me in the middle of the screen. How many levels are there? 10? Alright, we can do 10. That's not too many. So we start bottom left. It's the only place you can move. That's not how that works. There we go. That gives us top left. That gives us top right. Okay. That means now we want top left to move out because the red spike, this square that the top left is on right now, the spikes are going to come up when I move the bottom left, and we're going to need to move the bottom left to hit the green square because the green spikes in the top left are up, and that's what's going to need to move. But if I move the bottom left first, then that'll bring up the red spikes that the top left is standing on, and then I won't be able to leave. So we move off that. Then we go down here. Now you can see those spikes are up and what would have stopped me from progressing. Green, we go back top left. Now we need to... How do we need this to line up? Kind of like the opposite of that. We need basically the pink to be on the right side while we come downwards here. Yeah. So there it is. That gives us the bottom right area to get the coin. So I guess the lesson there is just kind of not trapping with the spikes is the idea, maybe? But I feel like I already did that one like that. Alright, level 8. Top right or bottom left? Top right does the green. Oh, okay. Top right is where we start, because I will move the bottom left, I suppose. Because so the top left, the spikes are colored. So you're gonna need the yellow, then the red, and then after you get past those two, you do the blue. The red spike is the bottom right. The pink spike, so that's not red, that's pink spike. And the yellow spike, pink spike, blue spike in the top left. Top right, brown spike, red spike. So you do red spike first, and red spike is in the bottom left, just to get that coin. So, but either way, the bottom left, you just have to do the yellow first anyway. So, might as well do that one while I'm here, and hopefully not mess it up this time. He says, as he messes it up again. There we go. Okay, now, bottom right, we go for the red. Well, actually, I guess I'll get the coin first. That's one off. Not bad. There we go. Top right, get the coin. Let the bottom right escape now. Now the top right square's bottom left is open for this to go pink. Now we have the top left. You can get past the two first sets of spikes. Then bottom left, because now we can do the blue one. In my brain, I almost just ran into the spikes. I do say I don't really love that hitting the spikes is like something to have to worry about, I guess, but I'm just gonna do it the old easy way. Line it up, hop it over, top left to get the coin. 3 coins now instead of 2. Level 9. I do like this. I just don't know how much more involved it will be, if not just more of the same. Which, I mean, it still is good as it is, but... so we have to start top right. But where do we go? We can get to yellow, the brown, the pink, or the blue. I guess it's just doing all of them, huh? Well, it doesn't really matter, just whichever one I want to get to start. So that's brown, which is the top left. Get that coin, move it to safety. Now I will go for, all right, the blue one. The blue is the trickiest one to get to. Until I just get it first try. All right, never mind. Okay. Now that's not quite the right line up. I am getting a little scared at times about hitting the spikes. But okay, bottom right now, we grab this, back out, and now I just have to get the yellow. No. Boom. Top left. Whew. That was pretty good. What is this cube stuff? Kind of think of it like a finished Rubik's Cube in terms of each color on a side. And you move them around and you can switch between the dimensions, and there's buttons, and those buttons correlate with the colors of spikes. So for example here, the bottom left area, we can't do anything. There's spikes everywhere. The bottom right area, can't do anything. Spikes everywhere. Top right area, can't get to anything, spikes everywhere. So we know that by default, we have to start in the top left. And we can't get to the yellow button, but we can get to the pink button. The pink button will unlock the pink spikes on the top right area. So that's what we want. So you have to manipulate the boxes as you see fit. Now I'm in the top right. The rounded corners are what help you see which active area I am participating in, along with the fact that that's where the moving square is. Music stuff reminds you of Mr. Rogers. That's interesting. I guess it depends on what song is playing at the time, because there is more than one song. Oh, I guess I could go for the blue. Oh, the blue's not red either. Alright, so blue or red, right? I could do either? I could do either. Okay. Oh, but that's facing the wrong way. Okay, blue first. Blue. Top. Left. I need to do the yellow. What's the yellow hit? Oh, I see. Okay. So I need... Oh, I was one off. There we go, that should work. Okay. Bottom right. I need to get the green. Green, perfect. Okay, so now I need to move the top left back onto the pink. So that I can let the top right out. Although I guess I should have it. I should have it do the red button first anyway. But so let's try to make that happen. Nope, wrong way. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Better. Better that time. Bottom left, let's grab these coins. Move out of safety. Get out of dodge. Okay, now back to the top right. Grab the last coin. Whew. Was that 10 or 9? I already forget. I did it! That was the last one. Nice. That was pretty good though. Oh, if I hit... Okay, I don't want to do that. Levels. 9. Okay, yeah, so number 10 is the one after that, okay. Oh, I broke the game. I broke the game by, I think, pressing the escape button too fast, so now, I'm sure you can hear my keyboard, I'm pressing all of the keys. Actually, Alt-Tab to see if clicking back in would work. Nope. Well, it's as good as time as any for it to crash, because I beat the game. Because I beat the demo, rather. So, that's cool. That was Cubes. I did like it, though. I think it would definitely not be a game I think you would binge, necessarily. Because well, I mean, I guess you could. In a pick roast type fashion, where you're just kind of, like, in the zone and you're doing that over and over and over and over. Because, you know, there isn't necessarily... I guess there isn't necessarily, like, new, elements introduced really much, more just, you know, having to move different ways, or buttons that you need to kind of mess around with at the same time, and that sort of thing. But, you know, it wasn't like a new mechanic or whatever that was dropped, which is fine. I'm just clarifying. But it was satisfying to get it done, I'll say that. I wonder if there would be... I guess you do have to keep it a cube. I was trying to think if there'd be a way to have, like... I mean, I'm sure you could, there's plenty of things you could do where, like, oh, maybe you do something and then it changes the whole color palette or whatever of your squares, and I'm sure you could introduce things, moving enemies and that kind of thing, but, you know, it depends on the kind of game you want to make. And I think this one's perfectly fine. Fine little puzzling thing. The coins aspect, I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be. I feel like it might be nice to have a blank out of like 0 out of 4 or whatever. Not that it's hard necessarily to see, but I don't know. I could see some place where like I somehow, you're in the zone. And you're like, where is this last coin? I don't see it. But its spinning does help, so I think it's probably not that big of a deal. I didn't really like that hitting the spike started everything over. That's a game dev decision. Because like, I feel like I would rather it just be like an undo, but at the same time, maybe then that maybe that makes it too easy, I guess, or something like that. Or maybe you could have like a checkpoint. Like if you if you get all the coins in a square, then it saves it or something. But then you don't necessarily have coins in every universe location, so I don't know. But I enjoyed it. And I also liked it. I think the demo length was solid too. That was The Cubes.